Hello everyone. So on the chat message, I have reposted the link that I had sent in the announcement and also in the email. Since this class, a lot of activities are going to happen on the YouTube channel, the discussions and also the class lectures will be posted there. So make sure that you are subscribed there. So get all the notification, and also make sure that you put your name, like whatever name is going to appear on YouTube if you're doing any kind of discussion there, because that also will be necessary for some grading purposes. I see like two things. Many of you haven't put your YouTube nick or ID. That's the first thing. And the second thing is many haven't subscribed yet. Make sure you do that. And the third thing is, although some of you have subscribed, but somehow YouTube dropped you. So you are probably not subscribed anymore. So we'll start in 2 minutes. But before that, everyone please click on the link and make sure that you are subscribed and you also have filled up the form with all the necessary information. And if you have filled up the form previously, but you haven't put your name or nick there, please fill it up again. So let's do this in maybe 2 minutes, and after that we'll start our formal discussion for today. Okay, so let's start. Thanks everyone for joining, and thanks everyone for joining this late. From next week onwards, we'll do it on the same day, Tuesdays uh, at 8 p.m. Only for this week, we are just doing it at 9. And on Thursday, I'm going to have another session. So for this week, it's not mandatory to be present on the session, but it's recommended, because today we are going to have some introductory talk. We are not going to go into the main discussion. Data structures and algorithms for the spring 2024. Okay, so first about myself. My name is Mehrab Shahriar, and I did my undergrad from Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology in Computer Science and Engineering. So I'm original from Bangladesh. And then in 2010, I came to US to pursue my PhD. So you can see the 3 organizations where I worked since then. First, University of Texas Arlington, where I got the PhD admission, and I started in fall 2010 and graduated from there in fall 2015. So I finished my PhD, and it was also in computer science, and my PhD topic was on mobile social networking. So after that, I started teaching in University of Texas Arlington. I taught for a semester. And at the same time, I also started teaching in the Southern Arkansas University. So that was 2016. And after teaching a semester, I actually started my industry job. So I started working in Microsoft as an applied scientist. So I started in Microsoft's Bing team. And then from there, I transitioned to Microsoft's artificial intelligence team. And finally, my destination was in Microsoft Azure, where I am in for the last 5 years. So professionally, I am a full-time software engineer at Microsoft, and teaching is my kind of passion. So I always love teaching, and I started teaching again in Southern Arkansas University in 2022. So this is my, if you consider summer as one semester instead of, because we have like 2 small semesters in summer, this is my 7th semester, 2022, 23, and 24. This is the beginning of 24. Okay. So this is all my years in US and my professional history. Okay, so currently I live in Seattle. Microsoft's head office is in Seattle, and as you know, like I came here from DFW area because I was in Arlington doing my PhD, and then I joined Microsoft in Seattle. So if you have been in Seattle, you can see this picture actually is kind of not the exact real picture of Seattle. So you can see the main landmarks, uh, but this is a kind of a dreamy picture of Seattle. So some landmarks are there, but this is not the exact real one. So the road there doesn't exist. But what happened is I'm sharing something about myself. So I was supposed to move to California because I got few offers there in the Silicon Valley. And I remember that before moving there, I thought that I will visit some of my friends in Seattle. And it was in May, and I actually fell in love with the city. So Seattle and Washington State, if you have been here or if you not, I guess they're the most beautiful states in summer. But there is a flip side. I fell in love with the city in during the good days. That means at the beginning of summer. But winters are not, like, it's very dark and very depressing. So it's January now, and Seattle is mostly dark these days. Although this year it's been much better, but it's still like, yeah, these 6 or 8 months is very difficult. But I just keep on waiting for the summer. That's it. That's Seattle life is. So apart from that, let me talk about what other passions I have. So this one is probably common. I'm very passionate about food, but probably a little bit more to it. Like, I try to explore food from every region in the world. Uh, Not only that, I just go to different kind of restaurants. I want to learn like how they cook it, what is the history behind the food. So I'm very deeply indulged in just not in food, but also food anthropology, you can say. And the other thing that I really love about is traveling, but I feel that I probably could have traveled much more. I still feel that although I have traveled to many states and many landmarks, but I always feel that I haven't done much. Okay, expecting to do many more of it in future. And finally, my last passion is learning new things like new technologies, or it may be new languages. Uh, so currently, I am learning a lot of generative AI, and so like generative AI is a big thing right these days, right? So I'm learning those stuff, and also learning, as I said, like learning a new language. So I'm trying to learn Arabic and also recover some of the languages that I used to speak in my childhood, but I forgot because of lack of practice. So one is Persian or Farsi. I still understand that language, but I'm not good at speaking. And then there is another language, Kurdish, or Kurdish, which I was fluent when I was a child, but then I totally forgot it. Okay, so yep, that's pretty much about myself. Um, so let me send you something. Before we start, I want to get some of your opinions. Okay, so let me send you a link, and please respond to this link. This is an anonymous survey, so I won't be able to know who is answering what. This is done purposefully, So this is the link I have sent you. Please click on the link and take a few minutes to answer these questions. I just want to get initial perspective of the class and then try to, this is a kind of feedback for myself, how I want to design this class and other stuff. So this is anonymous again. So please be honest. I think some of the answers might be, hey, I don't know, I just did it randomly. I have no idea, right? That's fine, but try to be as honest as possible. That will really help me. Okay, so I'm back. If you're still writing, please keep on doing it. So yeah, so I will read every response after the class and we'll try to incorporate that in my teaching. Okay, so next is what I'm going to talk what you students have common with me. So I think the first thing that is common with me is most of you are actually from the same part of the world where I am from. So it might not be the same country, but same part of the world. And when we came to US, actually, basically, we made the same journey. A few of you are already here, US citizens, but for most of others, actually, you share this common thing with me. And when we actually moved from in South Asia to US, we had kind of same dream. So some of us are from CS background, for some of us are non-CS background, but since we enrolled ourselves in a master's or PhD in computer science, we had a similar kind of dream. But what makes me sad sometimes is when I see like after coming here, many of us settle with smaller deals or we actually get let our dreams go away. So basically I have taught many subjects. I have taught web programming, graph theory, uh, also algorithms and also programming languages, but this is the subject I have most focus on, and I say this is the core of computer science. Even in my undergrads, I had done like, I remember I had done 162 credits. So undergrads in Asia are actually much more fatter than the undergrads here. We had to learn much more there. So among all those subjects, after studying 4 years in undergrads, 5 years, 5.5 years for PhD, 7 years, 7.5 years in the industry, and also teaching in this university for now it's going to be 3 years, 3+ years. What I have found is algorithms and data structure is a key subject that may define your future goal. So, and also that helps you to materialize your dream. So all the logos that you see here are the big tech companies where I had interviewed at least once or more, and I got offers for not for all of them, but most of them. And the subject or the knowledge that helped me was algorithms and data structures and algorithms. So I urge everyone to keep the dream that you actually brought with you to US and dream big. Don't settle for smaller ones and be very much focused. And probably if you, this is one of the, as I said, like this is the key subject. If you invest time in this subject, learning this subject, this will actually open a new doorway for you. Okay, believe me. And it's not going to end just after you finish this course or you get your first job. It's not that. It will keep on going for years. So, for example, I was thinking about moving from Microsoft to another company. So, even for myself, I have to revise these data structure and algorithm techniques because wherever I go, I'm going to ask questions on this. Okay. Okay. So, by now, I hope you understand that this is a very important subject. I'm taking another course this semester. I'm taking web programming server side course. That is also a great course. But probably I'm not going to give this introduction because to get into a career, that will also be helpful, but not at this level. Okay. Okay, so just I kept this slide, brought back this slide because when I was in doing my PhD, or when I was first teaching, or when I was working in the industry, initially I didn't realize all of this. But once I gained all the experience, I came to this understanding that every student in CS should have a very nice background or understanding of data structures and algorithms. And this course particularly is very different than how it is taught anywhere, because I have taken this course myself when I was a PhD student in UTA. I took this course in my undergrads, but the way it was taught, it was also beautifully taught. I would say I learned a lot from those courses, and my teaching is based on those learnings. But the thing is, if you want to prepare yourself for job interviews, or to if you want to get a job in big techs, by big tech, it's not only just Google, Microsoft. Say if the first 500 companies, the Fortune 500 companies, or the leading 100 tech companies in US, everywhere actually you need to learn, not only understand and learn data structure and algorithms, you need to learn how to apply them to solve problems. So I have designed this course in such a way so that you will learn the concepts, and parallelly you are going to do a lot of problem solving. Okay. And as I said, like, you have to invest time in it. This course is not going to be easy. There is no shortcut to gain grades here. Well, I don't know, like, you may find shortcuts to get an A, but I would say someone who gets a shortcut to get an A and someone who learns still gets a B, obviously that person, the second person, is going to win big in the long run because he had learned something. This is such an important subject to learn. So once you finish this course, if you honestly just follow my instructions and spend your time, just spend your time uh, to learn and understand this course. By the end, I would say you would be ready to crack the interview. And this is not the end of the journey. You obviously will practice more. You will have all the basic foundations, and you can actually reach me out anytime, even after the course finishes. When I taught it in fall semester, I actually told the students you can reach me out anytime, and that's why I have started putting everything on YouTube, so that you can just always revisit. Because by the time the course ends, you will be familiar with all the YouTube materials, whatever I'll be posting there. And later on, whenever you need it, you can just go to my channel and watch it. You can ask questions there, and even you can set up sessions with me in future. So this is my support doesn't end with this course. Um, okay, a few things I want to mention. This is from my experience from the previous semesters. So first of all, we use this Blackboard tool. Make sure that you learn what is in the Blackboard. So let me show you, because this is something sometimes bothers me, because suppose we are going through an exam and then student calls and says, hey, I can't find the exam. Where is the exam? Obviously, you should know where it is. Okay, so the course syllabus, I'm going to upload the syllabus tonight. And then content, this is one of the previous courses, but our contents will also look the same. So in the content, you will see all the contents week wise. So you will and everything, inside everything you will find the links to the videos, slides, example files, etc. So everything is going to be in content. Even when there is exams, you will see the exams in the content. So exams will not be there forever, so it will appear and then disappear. But during the exam time, all you have to do is you have to go to the content and find the exam. Okay. uh, and the other thing is the announcements. This is very important because we will be making regular announcements, weekly basis, sometimes multiple times a week. So please follow the announcements. Make a habit of, and I will try to send the announcements through emails. So please make a habit of reading the announcements regularly, and also check the emails. Okay, the other thing that I want to say is this is also my from my previous uh, experience. When something happens, suppose something happens during the exam, students call and say, "Hey, I'm facing this problem," and then the first question I ask them is, "Which section you are in?" Uh, and then they can't say which section they are in. So make sure that you know your section. I know your section might be 29, 30, or 31. Okay, so here in this picture, you see something is wrong here. It should have been 29. So don't say I am from 39. Okay, 29, 30, or 31. Know which section you are in. You will need this. And this one I already said, please read the emails and announcements regularly. Okay. And next, how to do well in this course. This is the rule number one. This is very different than many other courses. For many other courses, you study, I know you should study all the time, but what we do is we study at the last minute. And that's the exact thing I also did throughout my years. And it worked for most of the courses. But for algorithms and data structure, it won't work. I'm telling you, it won't work because algorithms is very much conceptual and it's like maths. If you remember maths, right? If you just studied for the last one day, it was very difficult to do well in the maths because you need to be master yourself, right? You need to master yourself. So study every day for some time. That's the first rule. Please do it. I know it's difficult, but please try to do it. Instead of studying 12 hours on the final day, just study 30 minutes every day. Make this an habit and you will actually get the benefits. That's the first thing. Second thing is do a lot of discussions. I know this, you students know you know each other. Probably you don't know everyone, but at least you know a few. And so try to create discussion groups. I will send a form, ask you to create some discussion groups and submit to me. There is no hard limit on how many members I want, but I expect at least three to like 5 members. You can make a group of 3 or 5. Create a discussion group and discuss among yourself. And obviously, in the discussion group, some of you might be better than others. It's always good to explain to others. If someone is not understanding, explain to him. It will be so much clear to you. And for others who are lagging behind, it's a journey, as I said. Algorithms isn't very easy. You will feel better and better after discussing every time. So in 3 months, you will feel so much better. Okay, so discuss. So that's the offline discussion. Online discussion, please do on YouTube channel. Whatever question you have, just if you're watching a video and then you don't understand something, comment there. I'm not understanding that. And others, I would say, like, watch the comments from other students and try to answer them. And I'm going to assign points for even asking questions. Just don't ask questions without just for the sake of asking questions. Please watch the video and ask questions. It might look like a dumb questions, but it's not. Believe me, it's not. So ask questions, answer to the questions, try to answer to the questions, even if you feel it might be a wrong answer. And some of the problems probably I will be explaining in a language. So something like, since we will be doing a lot of problem solving, most of the problems I'm going to solve in Java. Sometimes I may also solve in Python. But the idea is same. Everyone is free to use your own language. Even in the exams, you can use pseudocode. That means you don't need to write any formal language. But one topic of discussion might be simply like, say, I have solved the problem in Java. You can just write your own solution in Python and you can post it. That's also one thing, right? Or you can post a link to your solution on your account in LeetCode. So discuss a lot there because I'm going to assign 10% just on discussion. This is it, the second key. And the third one is practice. So suppose you have watched the lecture materials, you understood everything, you discussed it. But as I said, this is like mathematics. As long as you don't practice, you won't be able to deliver. So please do practice, run the codes, try to understand the concepts, write the codes yourself, make your hands dirty. Okay. And create accounts on these two websites, leadcode.com and hackerrank.com. Please do it today. I'm going to post it. So please do it today. It's easy. Just create a free account. You don't need any premium account or something. Create accounts on these two sites. Okay. Regarding the exams, this is something different than might be different from other professors. So some professors I know they keep the exam window open for longer hours. I'm not sure, but I'm just guessing. But for my subjects, the exams start at this sharp exact same time for everyone. So you have to start the exam at that time. There is no exception. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. So you have to start the exam on time. That's important. Keep that in mind. Always look at the announcement when the exam is starting, and the exams are going to be monitored through video and like microphone. So, and another thing is, uh, okay, I think someone is writing. Okay, so another thing is, make sure that um, you have a laptop and also a room for the exam, because since the exam is a monitored exam, you have to show your environment. You have to be isolated during that time. So make sure you have a desk, you have a laptop with proper internet connection, and also with uh, webcam to make sure that you can attend the exam without any glitch. Okay, so that's very important. I'm just telling you because this is also from the previous times. Some of the students also check if your Blackboard is working before the exam. Make sure you can log in ahead of the exam. Don't do it like at the last minute if you're not. So since my exam starts at sharp time, you have to be prepared 100%. That's the key. And finally, the grades. I am very lenient in grading. Uh, I'm not sure if you have heard. I actually look at the effort that you are putting. If you are putting effort in it, you are going to get a good grade for sure. And as I said, like sometimes you are unlucky. Life is not always fair. Sometimes you may have put a lot of effort, but still you got a. Obviously, you are not going to get a very bad grade. You probably slipped. But still, for these algorithms and data structure course, you can be content thinking that, okay, I put my effort, I'm going to get output from it in the real, like when it's real time. That means getting a very good job at a big company or switching careers over the past next decade. I will need this knowledge everywhere. And last thing is, uh, one thing, just when you are doing the exam, try to be, not try to be, do it fairly. That's the only thing. Since the monitored exams actually sends me auto-generated reports, and sometimes I cannot do anything about it. Okay, so I try my best not to do anything bad, but sometimes it goes out of control because, say, everything is monitored, and then I get a report seeing that there is something unfair going on, and then I have to report it. And there were a few incidents where I had to just report it. And so I hope everyone will just put their whole effort and do it. Okay. So that's what I wanted to say. And the final thing is, um, about learning. I will recap with what I started with. This is a new thing for some of you, and for some of you, it's not a new thing. But for everyone, I hope you will actually learn a lot of things that you never learned before, and it's going to be helpful for you. And as I said, I always also myself want to learn new things. As I said, I am learning generative AI and prompt engineering, which is like very exciting in the future. Uh, and I love teaching. I am passionate about teaching, and outside of the university, sometimes I also offer private courses. So if any one of you are like interested to do learning of generative AI and prompt engineering, maybe at the end of the semester, just I will send you a link. Just put your name and email address and the interest. I will try to arrange a class for you. And from my side, I also have a lot of things to learn from you. So for example, I said like I'm passionate about food and traveling, but what happened is my friends always said that you should have a channel on YouTube. I never did this, and because I thought it's a very difficult thing. Now I'm putting things on YouTube, but I feel like I'm not probably good at video editing. Is just putting lectures are easy, but putting something with edited things are not that easy. But someone just few months ago told me that, oh, okay, you can put it on Instagram. Some of the stuff you even don't need much to worry about. You don't need to be a pro. And then I started putting some of my food videos on Instagram, but I'm not even good at that. But as I said, like if anyone is has some knowledge about video editing or something which you want to teach me in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just put your email or shoot me an email. I will be happy to learn from you. Okay, so that's it. Let me send you the link for as which one I mentioned. Um, Whoever is interested, just put your email. I will send you an email maybe at the end of the semester, like in April, and then you can just attend my private class for generative AI and prompt engineering and open AI and ChatGPT. Uh, okay, so that's the introductory class. And as I said, just for this first week, we'll have our first initial class on Thursday. I'm going to announce the time. Since you attended today's class, for the first class, it's not mandatory for you to be present, but I would highly recommend at least to attend the first official class. And things will be also posted on Blackboard. Okay, so Blackboard and YouTube. One thing, I will discuss the theories on every Tuesdays, and then I will keep on posting the problems, related problems every week, twice every week. So just be regular, look at the problems the day they are published, think about it, and in a day I will also post the solutions. And I hope everyone will enjoy the course. You will feel difficult at the beginning. You may find it a little bit difficult, but just keep hanging on. Okay. And okay, so that's it. And if anyone wants to talk about anything, any question, any thoughts, anything you want to share, just go ahead now.